And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. It is June 6, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for you today. Well, folks, I think we have a series on our hands. Game one of the NBA Finals last night, and all we kept hearing from everybody in the national media, this is the Thunder, this is easy, it's a sweep, it's a 10-point spread, folks. Big. Pacers take it down in the classic Pacer fashion of coming back and Halliburton icing the game, baby. Now, today on the show, obviously, we're going to break down that game. We'll deep dive into the stats because we saw what we were kind of talking about yesterday on the show. Why we like the Pacers plus the points. Why we thought this series would be a little bit more closer than what a lot of people are thinking is because of a little bit of that championship experience. It truly showed in game one. And I'll break down the evidence and the proof for it. Really great, entertaining game here, folks, all throughout, even the first quarter where, shots weren't really falling. It was still entertaining, and I'll tell you why, because this Thunder team, their hands, folks, oh my goodness, I've never seen defensive hands like this Thunder team. Unfortunately, they still got the loss, but we are in for a good series here. So we'll recap game number one, break it all down. More breaking news yesterday. Aaron Rodgers finally declaring I will sign. Gonna go to the Steelers here and sign and be ready for that mandatory minicamp, mandatory practices starting next week. So finally that can be put in the books, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I think it's kind of a win-win-win all around for the Steelers fans with this signing of Aaron Rodgers. So I know everyone's off of Aaron Rodgers, he's trash. I get it. But I might change y'all's tune a little bit, Steelers Nation. So rise up. And then we got a lot of miscellaneous stories to cover as well. So let's just dive right into it. And before we start breaking down game one of the finals, I want to tell y'all I got to tell y'all my gripe. I got a big old gripe, and I see y'all have that same gripe, so I'm glad that we do have the same gripe here, and we got to make some changes because, folks, this NBA Finals is not feeling like an NBA Finals. Obviously, not feeling like the NBA Finals in the pre-game coverage, not making it really a spectacle, kind of having the same analysts that, have been, that work there. They're not bringing people in. They're not making a show of it. It's not, from noon to tip-off. They're outside the arena. They're bringing on guests. They're making it a spectacle. They're making it, an entertaining session. It's just, all right, here's this version of SportsCenter. All right, we're going to go to the next version of SportsCenter. Now, this is the finals version of SportsCenter where we open the show talking about it. But now we're going to go right into OTAs and football and all that. So we got to change something. Pre-game never felt like the finals. And when you watch it on TV, it just looks like a regular game. Where's the cursive script NBA Finals on the court? Where the heck is the big old trophy smack dab center in the middle with the team logo? Where is all that? Because all I get is YouTube TV up top. We got, the classic sponsor on the court because that's all it is anymore. How can we sell advertising on every single piece of the hardwood, the jerseys? Literally, the Pacers jersey had a big old fat QR code right on the shoulder. We don't care, folks. We're here for the basketball. We're here for the competition. We got into it last night, the business. And there's more business talk we'll talk about today. Shout out Derek Carr. Shout out Kool-Aid McKinstry getting number 4. So we'll talk about business still here today. But business, capitalism, it's gotten too big, folks. I think we could take a little time off, or can we get a little creative in our advertising where we don't have to just smack a logo right on the court? Once again, I don't bring up WWE a lot. I dabble in it. But, prime bottle smack dab in the middle of the WWE ring. That's the most egregious thing I've ever seen. We gotta kind of elevate our brand, all right? Elevate our advertising. Become smart with it. Don't just smack a logo. I mean, we literally have the digital scorers table. Just put all the ads. Let the ads roll on that the entire game. That'd be better than smacking it on the court and the jerseys all over the place. It really makes it look, I think it's watering down the overall severity of what we're talking about here, folks. This is the finals. All right. I know not everybody agrees that these are the two best teams, but newsflash, they are. That's why they're here. They beat everybody else. So, I mean, let the players be kind of the standout here, not the YouTube TV symbol that's on the top of the floor. We got to start making it like an event. Make it seem like that this team is actually accomplishing something and not just seeming like a regular season game. Because folks, the courts for the in-season tournament are kind of like what we want. We don't want all these colors. The colors are a little much. You can keep that for the in-season. But smack dab in the middle, the cup, the championship in-season cup with the team logo. That's good enough for the in-season tournament, but not good enough for the NBA Finals? All right. I don't know who's running the show. I mean, the in-season tournament that nobody wants, that they once again sold and branded the Emirates tournament. Took only 1 year for them to sell the naming rights of their in-season tournament. First year, it was just the NBA in-season tournament. Second year, it's presented by the Emirates. The United Emirates. This is their tournament. Okay, we can put the Emirates Cup. We can put the Emirates Cup because they paid for that. Who's paying for who's paying for the trophy in the middle of the final stadium? Who's paying for that? I ain't paying for that. Me, Adam Silver, I'm not paying for that trophy, that logo, that graphic on the middle of the court. No. Any of the owners want to pay up for that? No. All right, I guess we're going with normal court then. Nobody wants to pay up. But the Emirates will take their money and then put their trophy on there because somebody's paying for that. Keep your business, folks. Keep your capitalism. It's out of hand. It's getting out of hand. So just absolutely atrocious. I mean, here it is. Here's video footage of this year's in-season tournament. The Emirates NBA Cup Championship. Emirates smack dab in the middle of the floor. Absolutely atrocious here, folks. So now I do want to give a round of applause to the Pacers because they did something that this is what I needed to see today to kind of cleanse my eyes of that trash floor last night. Y'all know I was a big fan of those Pacers NBA playoff shirts. The yes sirs. Halliburton with another win. Yes sir. Halliburton with another buzzer beater. Almost 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Yes sir. Thunder fall apart again. Yes, sir. So after the game, the Pacers post on social media, kind of Halliburton taking a shot with the yes, sirs on the court. This will suffice. I appreciate the Pacers taking their time to put out this great graphic that I can kind of sink my teeth into because the NBA would not allow me to last night. So shout out to the social media team who probably aren't getting paid. All right, and then the final gripe that I really have before we start diving into the stats and how the game played out last night was Mike Breen a little bit out here. That call when Halliburton hits the shot, it just didn't hit, I don't think. He didn't do the bang, bang. No double bang, bang, bang. We get something a little for the moment. Kind of seemed like maybe Mike Breen was even buying into the narrative that, Halliburton's not a superstar, so what did we kind of witness here? Here's the actual call by Mike Breen, and once again, we see that Doris Burke may be kind of falling off her game. I don't want to disrespect Mike Breen, but come on here. Here we go. This is a call from last night if you didn't hear. Let's get a little volume here. Here we go.
Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot. It's good.
It's good. 3/10 of a second.
Timeout. Okay.
That's not what I wanted to hear, Mike Breen. I want to hear bang, bang, Hallie for three. What the Hallie? That's game. Give me something good, Mike. Come on. We know you. Give me goosebumps. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't get the goosebumps last night. Sorry, Mike. All right, and then, so those are my only gripes. Just the overall presentation. Can we make it feel like the NBA Finals, please? I appreciate the score ticker. Let me not crush it all. Shout out the score ticker. Obviously, you know, nothing crazy, but that gold outline always kind of does the trick a little bit. So I guess I give a little credit to the gold outline. The gold trim. That was the best thing they did last night. Alrighty, now let's dive into the actual game because, oh baby, was it entertaining. Don't let anybody kind of say, oh, this is, going to be a boring finals like they were trying to push before it started. We're in for it, folks. So buckle in. Now, I want to kind of talk about the two instances of championship experience playing into this game, and then we'll, once again, continue breaking down the game. We were talking yesterday that I think a lot of people were overlooking the championship experience, the championship pedigree that the Pacers had on their squad, obviously with head coach Rick Carlisle winning with the Mavs against LeBron. And then Pascal Siakam winning the NBA Finals with the Raptors against the Warriors. Those two players, or the player and the coach, they had a big-time impact on this game, in my opinion, based off their championship experience. And the first example, let's talk about the coaches. Obviously, Rick Carlisle, he's got the experience. And what did the Thunder head coach do? He made a lineup switch before game one even started. Went with a different lineup and ended up going smaller, putting Cason Wallace into the starting lineup instead of Isaiah Hartenstein. So removing Hartenstein, putting him on the bench, and then starting Cason Wallace. Why would he do that? We've been telling y'all all coverage long that this Pacers team, they match up well, lengthwise, everything-wise with this Thunder team. And the inexperienced head coach of the Thunder decided to go smaller to start it? Get game one under your feet and then make adjustments from there. But trying to make an adjustment before game one, I don't agree with that. Rick Carlisle, you didn't see Rick Carlisle do that. So, inexperienced, maybe got ahead of himself here, thought he was kind of going big brain IQ, and it unfortunately backfired. A learning experience, and we'll see how he progresses throughout the rest of coaching and lineups and rotations. Everyone wants to, fire Tom Thibodeau for rotations. Let's see what this Thunder coach, hopefully he doesn't kind of start getting overwhelmed and, I got to fix everything. So, we'll see how this Thunder coach plays out for the rest of this series. And another reason I'm going to give a lot of credit to Rick Carlisle is because obviously during that first half, was it looking good for the Pacers? Tons of turnovers. It was like 19 in the first half. Rick Carlisle on the bench, he picked up on the mic. He was basically telling his team, hey, we can't make these we can make these passes. We've done it all season long, but we can't do it against this team. This team is too good, active hands, able to kind of break up passes, get in front without fouling. So we can't make these kind of very, very tight throws, these tight windows that we normally can. We can't do it against this team. We just need those kind of simple, easy passes. No bounce passes into the paint to our big man. No. That's always going to get turned over. So Rick Carlisle saying, hey, look, we just got to get smarter out here. Simplify our game. We know we can do this, but let's get it back under control. Staying cool, calm, collected, even though all those turnovers and maybe, the team starting to implode, Rick Carlisle kept everybody cool and together and collective. Big time shout out there. Now, let's touch upon the championship experience set by Pascal Siakam now, because it was clear as day. Let's start in the first half. Pascal Siakam only took 6 shots. very efficient. And 2 of his 6 shots for the entire first half really came in the first 4 minutes. So they go to Siakam to try to set the offensive scoring tone because nobody else was. If you watch that first half, I mean, everybody was struggling to score for that Thunder team. So Siakam gives you that nice kind of let's take the top off the basket. Let's get our points up. Try to get everybody in a groove. He scores 2 buckets early, but when that's happening, everybody's turning over the ball here. Besides Siakam, this was the turnovers in the first half by the Pacers. 4 turnovers by Nesmith. 4 turnovers by Turner. 3 turnovers by Halliburton. 3 turnovers by Obi Toppin coming off the bench. Coming off the bench in the first half, you have 3 turnovers. Not great. Obi Toppin was a dog in this game. He hit his threes. But once again, we're focusing on the turnovers here. And then we had Nembhard with 2 turnovers, and then Siakam with only 1 turnover. Now, with all those turnovers, yes, Siakam was kind of having a hot hand to start, but he kind of took a step back from scoring, from attempting the shots. Hey, we're struggling to get up shots here because of all the turnovers. I'm not going to add on by taking bad shots or forcing shots. I'm going to stick to the game plan. Move the ball around. Get the good shots when they come. Because Siakam, like we said, he started with 2 shots in the first 4 minutes, and he ended the first half with only 6. Now, in the second half, when the turnovers were cleaned up, Siakam goes 9 shots. Starts taking threes. Didn't take any 3 in the first half. Although I thought he took 1 and missed it. But it must have not been a 3. The toe must have been on the line or something. But he ends up going 4 of 9 from the field in the second half, attempting more shots. He actually took, him and Halliburton took the most shots in the second half, 9. So, okay, turnovers are cleaned up now. I can kind of try and not force up shots, but, I can start taking some shots here because we have shots available to us not being turned over. So I thought that was kind of a big standout by Siakam. Coming off that kind of Eastern Conference Finals MVP, he could have kind of, kept riding his big head or something like that and force up some shots, be like, hey, well, y'all are missing, y'all are turning the ball over. Let me try to take over the game. He never did any of that. And I'm going to kind of attribute that to his previous championship experience, knowing that every possession truly matters in the finals. We can't, it's a miracle. Even Siakam at the end of the game said, hey, we played like garbage and we still won, so we'll take it. So he understands the importance of points in possessions here in the finals, and I thought we saw that kind of in the first half by Siakam. Big time shout out. Now, let's just start talking the rest of the game. Shout out that championship experience. Obviously, not very good in the first half with 19 turnovers, everybody getting involved, but the turnovers cleaned up in the second half. These were the turnovers: 1 by Nesmith, 2 by Miles Turner, and 2 by TJ McConnell coming off the bench. Now, I do want to kind of shout out big time to who I would kind of put the MVP. Honestly, there's a lot of MVPs to go around here in this Pacers team. Now, I do want to give big time credit and shout out to TJ McConnell and Tyrese Halliburton for their passing. Their passing was so on point, so precise, hitting the player so they can just shoot immediately. I saw a few times in this game where I wasn't sure that who Halliburton was going to pass to was going to take the 3 because it was good defense on him. But the way that Halliburton and TJ McConnell pass so efficiently right in kind of their shooting stride of their shooter, they go and take the 3 and end up hitting them. We had Halliburton with 6 assists, and we had TJ McConnell with 4 assists coming off the bench, able to create a shot for his team and put the ball exactly where he needed it to. So big time shout out to the passing. Obviously, we had Nesmith, who hit some big time clutch 3s late in the second half. Nembhard also hitting some nice shots in the second half. Clutch ability. And then obviously we've got the big time, the big dog, Tyrese Halliburton on his big time game winning, should have been buzzer beater shot. Now I will say, watching it live, I was a little nervous. They got the rebound because Shai Gilgeous doesn't hit, and we'll get into that. But I was a little nervous that they were kind of taking too long to cross half court. I mean, they kind of get there. Let me bring up the actual play here. Pardon me. But they kind of catch Halliburton or SGA's rebound.
No fouls to give.
They're going to show it here. All right. I would say they kind of rebound at like maybe 12, 11 seconds. And you don't really see them crossing half court until 5 seconds left. So I was getting a little nervous watching it live. I mean, shame on me. Halliburton knows the clock. I mean, I will never accuse him of not knowing situational basketball here. But I thought he maybe not looking at the clock here, losing track of time. Crosses midcourt right at 5 seconds left. Starts to make his move at 3.5 seconds. I thought he was going to go and drive, but pulls up, shoots it, and bang! Bang! Another game-winning shot that we've just seen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Golly. And with that big-time shot comes another iconic Halliburton moment. Obviously, we've got the jersey shake on the scorers table against Milwaukee. We've got the big balls against Cleveland. We've got the choke against the Knicks. And now we got the mean mug, the I'm him, I do this. Y'all surprised? Not me. So another iconic meme, another iconic buzzer beater mean mug by Tyrese Halliburton, and I absolutely love it. We get this stat in this graphic by Halliburton: most go-ahead or game-tying field goals in the final 5 seconds of overtime or the fourth quarter since the 1997 playoffs. And Halliburton's top 3 here, folks. Tied with Reggie Miller at 5 and behind LeBron James at 8. LeBron James not clutch, another garbage narrative that's spewed all over the place. Blah, blah, blah. Save it. Save it. Save it. And speaking of garbage, false narratives, yes, Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar. Superstar. I don't want to hear all this nonsense. Oh, well, he's a star. He's not superstar yet. Can't give him the superstar title. Why not? What are we holding back for? What are we waiting for? Can we stop this? Oh, superstar. Superstar is a revolving door. Everybody's a star. And then are you a superstar? Yes or no? And you can fall in and out of that category. It should be a rolling updated list because Anthony Edwards ain't no superstar anymore. Please spare me. Spare me. Went from superstar face of the league and then is crashing and burning this year. I don't want to hear it. Is SGA a superstar? Does a superstar miss a potential a lead extender? This would have been a 3-point game if SGA hit that mid-range, but he didn't. Didn't get fouled, didn't hit the mid-range, came up short, and really SGA came up a little bit short just overall late in that game. Passed up a shot kind of with the minute left, missed a shot with the minute left, missed that one. That would have made it a 3-point game, so Halliburton, you would have forced Halliburton to make another big-time 3-pointer and not just a mid-range, any shot he wanted. But the MVP superstar, the superstar got outplayed by the star last night. Is that what we're all just supposed to talk about? Oh, the star upset the superstar. So when does the star get the superstar tag then? Is 5 game-winning shots in the playoffs not enough? I mean, what more does he need to do? Does he need a foul bait and be called a foul merchant to become a superstar? I mean, this narrative is insane, folks. It's enough now. We get Stephen A. Smith on television today. Yeah, not a superstar. Not yet. Okay. All right. Watch what he does in game 2. Keep calling him not a superstar. Keep calling him that because he's got all the time to prove everybody wrong. I'm underrated, and that's what sparked the fire. I'm underrated. Okay, I'll show y'all I'm not underrated. I'm not a superstar. Okay, I'll show y'all I'm not a superstar. You keep your superstars. You keep SGA and Ant-Man. That's your superstars, okay. I don't want to be a superstar if that's your current superstars then. Enough now, folks. Give him his credit. Sheesh. If Michael Jordan hit one of these 5 shots that Halliburton was, that hit, I mean, people would gush for months, years. Halliburton is a superstar. It's officially decided right here, right now, if it hasn't been clear enough already. SGA goes cold. Can't hit the game-winning shot. I want to show you a little bit. Now, he'd still win for 30, obviously. He had a great first half. Able to get to the bucket. He wasn't relying on his free throws. He was finishing at the rim. Very good. He even was hitting some nice threes. He had a little bit of a dagger. When was this three-pointer? Third quarter, right at the end of the third quarter. I thought it was a little bit of a dagger three. It wasn't, unfortunately, but it was a great three-point shot. I actually replayed it about twice. I was watching the game with a buddy. I rewound the game twice. I mean, I was like, wow, dang, that was wet. Right in the face of the defender. I think it was Nesmith on him. Right in his face, or Nembard, I think. Right on him. And just splashes it, cashes it. But his last two shots, both misses with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. That's a miss. I want to say he had another shot attempt between these two misses that he actively passed up. Actively passing up a shot. SGA, the MVP, when the Pacers are coming back and y'all are beefing a game, you're not going to take a shot, SGA? You're the guy. You're the MVP. You're the superstar. And you pass up the shot. Tyrese Haliburton ain't passing no shot up. He could have gave the ball to Pascal Siakam and be like, okay, well, this is a superstar, right? Siakam, NBA champion, Eastern Conference Finals champion. That's a superstar. Let me give the ball to the superstar and see what he could do. Now, Siakam could have hit the shot, but we don't live in what ifs. We live in this reality where Haliburton hit the shot again. And SGA didn't hit the shot. That's the reality we're living in. Stop kicking the can down the road. Yeah, maybe in another 2 years, Haliburton can earn that superstar status if he keeps on what he's doing. What? We're seeing the superstar board right here. If any other player would hit all these shots that Haliburton is hitting, nobody would shut up about it. Everybody keep gushing about it, and we should gush about it because this is insane. This is what we are witnessing here by Haliburton. This is the greatness that we love to see. This is what we want to see. And doesn't everybody love an underdog? What's up with that? Haliburton doesn't get the underdog love? Right before the playoffs voted most overrated player? Everybody usually backs the underdog, not Haliburton though. It's absurd, folks. Give him the credit, give him the title. Give him the MVP. Honestly, should we take the MVP off of SGA? I think we should. All right, back to the game here. Now, some players didn't show up. Obviously, Cason Wallace didn't really show up. The big brain move by the Thunder head coach that thought was going to work. We had Cason Wallace in the starting lineup playing 33 minutes, and he was a minus 13. This is absurd, folks. A minus 13 when you lose by 1 and you controlled the entire game? I mean, Cason, you'll be lucky if you get any minutes game 2. Obviously, you're not starting game 2. There's no way you can start game 2. I don't know if you should get any minutes. So the big switch, Cason Wallace to the starting lineup. 0 of 3 from the 3. Minus 13 on the floor. While Isaiah Hartenstein, who got moved down to the bench, played 17 minutes and was a +2 on the floor. 9 rebounds. Led the team in rebounding on the bench, playing 17 minutes, while everybody else was playing 28 minutes and above. So that's going to be the first fix in game 2, and we'll see if the Pacers are able to overcome that, and I think they will. Once again, I do feel like this Pacers team still matches up very well, but they need Hartenstein and they need Chet Holmgren on the court together because we saw Chet flounder. 2 of 9 from the field. 22%. He had 6 rebounds. No offensive rebounds, though. They need the big beef down there together. It's been working this playoff run. I didn't like that adjustment by the Thunder coach. All right, so I think those are all the main points I wanted to cover in this game. Yeah. What else do I got here? We talked about the 19 turnovers, the Haliburtons. Now, Halliburton did unveil, he did wear his signature shoe by Puma, the Puma Hallie 1s. And, man, oh, man, I think everybody should start buying those shoes. I'll tell you. I mean, there's something in them. There's something in them. These shoes, not bad looking either. Nice little all salmon, solid shoe. All right, what else did we get here at the end of this Thunder game? Well, what did we see by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander against that Nugget series, folks? They lose one of the games, but he was all smiles, not really worried about it. That was a little bit of an aura setter. I kind of liked it. Hey, we lost. Y'all can have your fun. I'm still smiling over here. We're not worried about it. Ain't no smiling by SGA here. On the bench, looking gassed, looking exhausted, looking maybe a little championship inexperienced. Looking not clutch, looking defeated. I could have made it a 3-point game. Ooh, dang, that's on me. Ooh. So we'll see how well this Thunder team rebounds. Who's going to be picking up this team? We get SGA a little down. Now we heard a little Jalen Williams at the at his press conference after the game, and he was kind of cool, calm, collected. He wasn't, he kept everything kind of like, all right, we're fine. No real worries here. So we'll see if Jalen Williams can rally the rattled SGA. The MVP is rattled, folks. We'll see how he responds. And another kind of point I want to bring up is that another reason why we shouldn't be so shocked about the Pacers being competitive, keeping it close, and ultimately winning the game, because we've seen this Thunder team do just that. They did it in that Nuggets series, where once again the Nuggets kind of matched up well against the Thunder, and it went 7. And we saw the beefability by the Thunder, all the turnovers by the Nuggets, but not resulting into the scoring for the Thunder like what we saw in the first half. We saw the same thing in the Nuggets series. Beefing games, not capitalizing all the great defensive turnovers. So give shout out to the Pacers. And let's see, is the spread still 10 for game number 2? I would assume it is. Vegas doesn't change the spreads too much during NBA playoffs, especially from game to game. They switch it when home court goes back. But this should still be around 10. I would assume probably it drops to 9, maybe 9.5. But let's see, maybe they still keep it at 10. Let's see what Vegas has here. Oh, it's 11. It went up to 11. Are we crazy? Halliburton, more bolted, more material for you, baby. We just won the game and you make the spread now 11? All right, I got another one for y'all. I guess I got to come up with another celebration, my 6th celebration of the playoffs. I thought, having 5 planned celebrations was enough, but y'all want another one. All right. Vegas wants another one. All right, I'll give them another one. How disrespectful, folks. Wow, 11. Wow. We'll see if that climbs by tip-off too, folks. Wow. All right, and then the final thing, let me give a little credit to the Thunder here, and then we'll move on. It was a great finals. It was a great game to watch. But for this Thunder team, let me give them credit for their great defensive active hands. We saw it on full display in the first half, and it was really beautiful to watch. Great defense without fouling. We rarely see that in the NBA, especially, kind of stripping, hitting the ball. You see that big mitt, that big paw coming down, swiping, and you just know a whistle's coming with it. You never got that with the Thunder last night. It was clean strips. It was clean turnovers. It was clean takeaways for almost 24 straight minutes. It was really beautiful to watch. Unfortunately, all for naught. But I will give them credit. Their active hands, their defense, it obviously is as advertised. We saw it all all postseason long. But it was really nice to see great defensive play with all those whistles fouling up. So shout out to that. You're going to need to get back to that in game number 2 and actually capitalize on those scorings, on those turnovers. So that was game number 1. We got game number 2. When is this? Sunday. We got a long time, folks. It's not tomorrow. I'm sorry. We do have NHL on today, the Stanley Cup Game 2 to kind of hold us over, but we got to wait all the way till Sunday to see how the Thunder respond and if they can cover 11. Alrighty, let's keep going here with the NBA here, folks. Couple of stories to touch upon is we're getting great science here. We got to give a round of applause here, folks. Give it up for him. Give it up for the man, folks. He's doing it. He's doing it. Fat Luka is getting skinny, baby. Luka's fiance posts a picture to Instagram with fresh lettuce. Fresh strawberries. Look at that produce, folks. That looks appetizing. Scrumptious. And we know that's going for Luka, baby. We get new photos of skinny Luka as well. Looking good. Slimming down, baby. No more fatty. No more fat Luka. Hearing him coming from a mile down the road. Stomp, 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 crash. I heard there was a rumor that Luka was kind of this close of getting the new role as Godzilla in the new Godzilla movie coming out later this year. So luckily he changed his tune, changed his diet, and is slimming down. So watch out for the Lakers to be a true force next season. And also we kind of saw that LeBron and Steve Nash had him on their podcast. And they drink wine on that podcast. Not that bloat-filling beer that Luka's always drinking. We see he's an addict of beer. Can't stop with the hops. Always chugging a can like Steve Austin. But now we're switching to the elegant wine. The low-calorie wine now. So watch out, folks. This man may weigh 100 pounds by tip-off. All right, next up here, folks, and I've got a bone to pick, and I don't like to pick this man's bone, okay? There's two people in the NBA that I really don't like to knock. I let them do their thing. The first one is Russell Westbrook. I respect him too much. The hustle, the grind, what being a professional athlete at the highest level truly means, putting in the work, giving it your all, your 100% every play, every second on the floor. Does his best to be a leader, coaches the young guys up, barks at the young guys if they need to. Love Russell Westbrook. Now, the knock to come with it, which I don't like to say, but we've seen it. The boneheaded plays, never great. Costly boneheaded plays, we've seen it over and over again, time and time again. But we've also seen the game-clinching clutch, great plays. So, love him going 100 miles an hour, just got to clean it up sometimes, and he never does. We saw that again this Nuggets series. Nuggets playoff push. A lot of great, a lot of not great. But I don't like to knock. Don't like to knock. It kills me, it pains me to knock him. Love Russell. Shout out. The second person I don't really like to knock is Kevin Durant. Because golly, he's one of the greatest of all time. He really honestly could have been in a serious conversation of greatest players of all time between Michael Jordan, LeBron. You want to throw Kobe, you want to throw whoever in there. He would have truly seriously been in that conversation if he took his legacy seriously. And I don't think he did. I think he kind of went down the Aaron Rodgers path of, I'm great, I know I'm great. I'm never going to win the fans over. There's always going to be trolls, so let me attack the trolls. Kind of went that route. Never took his legacy seriously. I guess I go hop around here and there. He won the NBA Finals MVP playing with Steph Curry. We know this man can shoot. We know this man is clutch. There's zero uncertainty that he's not a superstar. But he's one of the greatest shooters of all time, one of the best scorers of all time, and could have been one of the best players of all time. But this pit stop with the Suns, derailed his career, his legacy big time. Because once again, no leadership over there. Never took it really seriously. Don't tell me that Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, with no leadership, are going to carry you or help you to a championship. I never believed in that. We're actually getting reports today about Bradley Beal. The Phoenix Suns reportedly don't want Bradley Beal to return, and why would you? Whoever thought he was like a 3? He's a good 5 option, in my opinion. He's a very good 5 option. Great off the bench, come off the bench, but I mean, my 1 through 3, I don't need Bradley Beal. But we get here by Kevin Durant. Well, here by Stephen A. Smith first. Stephen A. Smith on the new format of the All-Star break being USA versus World. Stephen A. says, if this doesn't work, I think you're going to see the NBA do away with All-Star Weekend. And this era of players will forever be stained for the rest of their lives because All-Star Weekend was banished because their lack of effort. In this, I agree 100%. 100%. The All-Star Weekend sucks because nobody takes the All-Star game seriously. It's become no defense. They've tried all the ways to fix it, and it's not a good product. The entire weekend's really not a good product. And what does Kevin Durant reply? Kevin Durant on Twitter, classic. We know all of his burners. But Kevin Durant takes to Twitter and says, dramatic, dramatic. No, it's not dramatic, Kevin. Are you crazy? You're part of the reason. Not taking the NBA, the highest level of professional basketball, seriously. Oh, I know I'm great, but I'm not going to kind of, lead and help our team, become championship caliber. You got to have leadership to become championship caliber. Look at the Pacers. Is there any Kevin Durant on the Pacers? Now, Halliburton's close, don't get me wrong. But is there a Kevin Durant on the Pacers? No. Is there somebody close to Kevin Durant on the Pacers? No. It's leadership and the full team buying in that's making them to the finals. But Kevin Durant doesn't do any of that. Doesn't put in the work, the leadership work. He's great at his craft. He's a great basketball player. Great scorer. I'm not saying that. Leader, what it takes to win a ring. That's why you had to go pair up with Steve Kerr. Great leader. Steph Curry, great leader. Because you and Russell and James Harden, no leader on that Thunder team. Win game 1 and then start to celebrate and then get gentlemen swept after that. No leadership. No buying in. No locking in. And I hate to say this, but the fact that Kevin Durant says that this is a dramatic thing to say is insane. If this doesn't work out, what are we going to do? Come up with something new every year until something works? It's only going to work until the players buy in. If the players don't buy in, it will never work. So we get an active player that's not buying in, saying it's dramatic because he's not buying in. All right, Kevin, all right. All right, Kevin, whatever you say. This one got me. This one really infuriated me when I saw this tweet. Golly, Kevin, dang it. You could have been something. I'm telling you, your legacy, not a lot of people are going to be talking about Kevin Durant for the rest of the history of this world, even though it seems like it's coming to a close quick. We got Elon and Trump barking at each other now. That's great. So however long we've got left here, folks, I don't know how long they're going to be talking about Kevin Durant in a positive light. Once again, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how they're going to be talking about his legacy. He's going to have to really save it here in Pittsburgh. Kevin Durant, your next destination, you better hope you save your legacy. You better hope you ignite that spark back. I want the All-Star game to be 5v1. The All-Stars versus Kevin Durant. That's what I want. Is that dramatic? Is that dramatic enough, Kevin? Kevin versus the world. That's the new All-Star break. Kevin versus the world. Who's better? Save the All-Star game yourself, Kevin. Is it dramatic enough now? Let's move on. They don't want Bradley Beal. I don't want him either. Goodbye. Good riddance. We get Chris Paul. Went on the Pat McAfee show the other day while they were live at some soccer tournament, the soccer tournament, TST. And Chris Paul may be dropping some hints that he would like to play with the Lakers or maybe the Clippers. Because we get Chris Paul saying, hey, I kind of want to be a dad a little bit. I want to be closer to home. His kids live in LA. Kind of knocking on the door a little bit. Hey, LeBron. Hey, Kawhi. Anybody got room for little old me? Truly little old me? So we'll keep an eye on that as this progresses throughout the offseason. Watch out for Chris Paul to the Lakers. Alrighty, next story up, getting a little bit more information about Tom Thibodeau and his firing. Obviously sparked a lot of outrage, a lot of people on both sides. He's been winning, but Unfortunately, they can him, and we get this as a potential reason of his firing, and this one does make a little sense. So, one league source suggested history could serve as a warning precedent that Brunson, who missed games this season because of ankle and calf injuries, would struggle to hold up long-term without a more layered and balanced offensive system, just as Derrick Rose faltered when he played for Thibodeau in Chicago. Now, we do know that Thibodeau works Jalen Brunson like a dog. Whenever he gets injured, we saw it a few times this postseason run. Twists his ankle, goes out in the locker room, comes right back maybe like 5 minutes later, and then he's right back out there doing his thing, holding the ball for the whole shot clock, trying to drive, trying to get something to develop. It's always Jalen Brunson with the ball in his hands. That's really the only offense that Tim's got. Maybe a little pick and roll, drive to the bucket. Can Brunson kind of shake his defender? Oh, he can't? All right, well, he just spent 20 seconds trying to do so. And now he's back at the three-point line with 4 seconds to make a play. So we saw Derrick Rose unfortunately get injured. I'm not going to put that on Tib and how hard he worked them. But we do need some other people to handle the ball, to be able to make the shots. Now, in Tib's defense, the front office didn't really help him out too much. They had Dante DiVincenzo, who could have kind of lessened that burden for Brunson, a ball handler, but they got rid of him for Cat. Not a ball handler, but it can stretch the floor a little bit. But still big at the end of the day. So it does kind of, there's issues still on both sides. But with that being said, I can understand their reason of trying to move off of Thibodeau now. Knowing that Brunson is a dog and is a superstar for the future that should be respected and talked about as such. All right, final 2 basketball stories here. They had the mayoral,
sweet thumbs up, thumbs down,
little bit of a mayoral debate the other day, and they asked all of them in the running, hey, thumbs up, thumbs down on the Tom Thibodeau firing. A lot of people just looking around, kind of copying this girl in the white right here, right smack dab in the middle, was kind of looking around, saw everybody do thumbs down, and then did thumbs down. Then we had only one person do a thumbs up and try to get his reasoning in. They cut it off. So that's what politics is now coming into, folks. Do we see how much of an impact sports has? Mayors are going to get elected on the Tom Thibodeau firing. All right, and then the last thing here, and I'm only going to mention this because I do knock ESPN a lot. Once again, I just knocked them for making the finals feel like a regular season game. Trash. I don't think they've really done anything to innovate in the last 25 years. Trash. But they put out this kind of teaser yesterday, and it's got me interested. I don't know what the heck it's going to be. But ESPN is launching, quote-unquote, Sports Forever, a new brand campaign teasing ESPN DTC, which I didn't know DTC was, but somebody says it's direct to consumer. All right, well, now I lost a little bit of hope for this, a little bit of hype for this, but we'll see what ESPN is pulling from their bag of tricks to stay relevant. We'll see. Hopefully it's as good as the hype trailer because it got me. It hooked me. But we'll see if the product's actually good. We know the ESPN's not very good at delivering products. Zing! Don't care. All right, let's shift gears to the NFL here, folks. Obviously, the biggest story in the NFL is Aaron Rodgers finally breaks his silence. And he's doing what we knew he was going to do. Aaron Rodgers has informed the Steelers, hey, I'm coming, baby. And it's for that mandatory minicamp starting next week. So finally, the saga is over. All the rumors are put to rest. Unfortunately, he will not be going to the Vikings, which we were kind of championing. Still think he's going to regret that. Still think the Vikings may regret that a little bit, but we'll see how it plays out here in Pittsburgh. But I think this was, we all kind of knew this was going to happen. I mean, he was working out with DK Metcalf, a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I think this is a good thing for some reasons here, folks. And the first reason is why this is a good thing is because both sides kind of held up their end of the bargain here. Obviously, there was like real early preliminary discussions, talks going on, months ago before the draft and all that. And, Aaron Rodgers was like, hey, I want to play for y'all, but I'm not signing before the draft because I'm not going to get swindled if you, draft a quarterback and then there's going to be this big time discussion all year long. I'm not going to come for that. Like drafting like one of the top tier talents. But, and once again, also, I'm not going to go to these OTAs. I'm experienced for that. I don't need to be here. I'm also dealing with some personal things. A lot of people are, ill that I know that I kind of want to be here for. So I'll play for y'all, but I'm not signing here until all that's done, till we're close to the season. And the Steelers were like, okay, all right, we trust you. We believe that. We'll do that. We won't go and draft Shedeur Sanders or Gabriel or one of the top prospects. We'll give you your time. We'll make some moves here. And we'll all be ready by mandatory, right? I think they had a little bit of a gentleman shake. Yes, mandatory, I'll be there. Okay, cool. We won't make it a big deal. We won't, mention it at the press conference every day. Hey, no backhand slights. Hey, yeah, practice was good today, but we kind of wish, we had the quarterback here. None of that going on. Always shut down those questions. We get it. Yes, we got him. We know he's coming. We're fine. So I think that was a real good respect process. And we do kind of know that Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin, they do respect each other. There is kind of that old footage going around of them kind of nodding at each other when they were facing years back. Game, respect, game. So I think this is a nice building foundation because we know kind of how Aaron can get. He can push, he can shove you as a head coach. Don't hug me. I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to go and hug Aaron Rodgers, but a nice little respect foundation built on that. And why I really think this is a win-win-win all around for the Steelers and everybody involved, their fans, the franchise, is because there's a few different ways the season can play out, and I think it's beneficial every single way. And Steeler Nation, I know everybody is hemming and hawing about this one. They were kind of dreading it for it to come, but I think it's a good thing. So let's break it down. Let's break down a couple of ways that this season can play out. First and foremost, let's give a little respect. Let's say they win games. They're winning 11, 12 games. They're competing for the division, neck and neck all season long. Winning games, putting up the points. They make the playoffs. They don't have to win the division. They just make the playoffs. Let's say they make the playoffs. They win a playoff game. They're competitive in the second playoff game. Let's say they lose. Still a good year. I would count that as a productive, good, winning year. And a potential year that was, filled with a lot of question marks. This was a good year. Let's say they win 2 playoff games. Oh, my goodness. They're going to the AFC Championship game. Wow, I think we all have to call that a successful year. So they win, successful year. They win a couple of playoff games, successful year, I would say. Now, let's say, oof, yikes. Let's take the other extreme. Oh, my goodness, they're losing. Yikes. They're like the Jets. Oh, my goodness, they're 5 wins, not looking good. Well, then I think y'all get what the Steelers fans want. An excuse to get rid of Mike Tomlin. Jets use Aaron Rodgers as an excuse to get rid of their head coach, Robert Saleh, last year. You do the same thing here with Mike Tomlin. Everyone's calling for him to go. Always mediocre. They want more. They don't perform. We've got our excuse. We got our scapegoat. Get him out. Same thing with kind of offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. I think that's the most glaring issue that we got. We got to get rid of him sooner rather than later. I don't think Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith are really going to kind of work well together this year. That's what I'm excited to watch, but I digress on that. But Aaron Rodgers and the offense struggles. You get rid of Arthur Smith. Thank goodness. So really, I think however this season plays out, the Steelers fans get what they want. If it all goes bad, I think they start cleaning house. Unfortunately, a rebuild, comes after that. But the Steelers have, kind of been calling for that already, the rebuild. Stop with this kind of, all right, taking, mediocre after mediocre quarterback and just kind of gluing everything together for an 8-8, 9-8 season. So I think really, however it all works out, I think it's kind of a solid win-win. I don't know. I liked it. I like it. Alrighty, now let's play this game here, folks. Let's play this game, and this is gonna be fun here, folks. I'll set a line and everything. But the game is, will Aaron Rodgers be a scumbag? And this is why, because back in April, when, preliminary talks were happening with Aaron Rodgers and who he was going to kind of go to, he said he'd play in 2025 for only $10 million. That's all I need, $10 million. I don't want a big bag. Don't give me 50. Give me 10 million and I'll be happy. Will he stick to that? Is he going to stick to that 10 million or is he going to be a scumbag and start asking for a little bit more? Well, I was kind of thinking 10, but kind of seeing you just got rid of George Pickens. Maybe bump it to 20, man. So I'm going to set a line. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers asks more than 10 million. I'm going to set it at minus 120. Yes, sir. You heard that. That's the favorites. That's Aaron Rodgers for you. And I'll say him only asking for 10 at plus 150. I'll give you a plus 150 on that. That's the line there, folks. Get your bets in while you can. TakesByFans.com/sportsbook. All right? I can't wait for that offer to show. Alrighty, what else do we got here? Another big time breaking news in this one I love. We get Anthony Richardson. Oof. Oh, not good. A little injured, folks. Anthony Richardson is dealing with a shoulder injury and will not participate in minicamp next week. And we get head coach Shane Steichen says he hopes Anthony Richardson can return, quote unquote, at some point during training camp, but there's still no timeline. Oh, not good wording here, folks. This is starting to sound like big time bad news. First of all, these training camps and practices just started and everyone's getting injured. We just talked about CJ Stroud having shoulder soreness the other day. That's trying to get swept underneath the rug. That's big time glaring. And now we get Anthony Richardson, that shoulder getting re-aggravated. And we also get this here. I want to kind of read this quote because it doesn't make any sense to say. We get this first quote by Shane Steichen. Doctors, trainers checked it out. He's got some aggravation in his AC joint, so we're going to sit him out this week. Obviously, he'll sit out for minicamp. We'll see when he comes back. Not going to put a timetable for training camp on it, but when he does come back, we'll ease him into throwing, and then we'll go from there. The good thing, he's not going to need a procedure right now. Okay, well, that is a good thing. Not right now. Okay. But the closer and closer we get, if a procedure needs to happen, he's done so. And then we get this little quote at the very end. Let me see. Maybe I don't have it here, pardon me. All right, I thought he said something else, but I can't find it at the moment. But overall message, not a great sign here for Anthony Richardson, but I think it is an overall good sign for the overall Indianapolis Colts because that means Daniel Jones is going to be the starter. And I know, y'all think he's trash and the media says he's trash and him falling flat on his face during a wide open 70-yard free roam touchdown run. I get all that, but he's never had an offensive mind like Shane Steichen or weapons like this Colts team has. Watch out for Daniel Jones to kind of be a little competitive in this division. Now, with the Anthony Richardson news taking place, I do want to quickly see, and I doubt the odds change much, if any, but I do want to quickly take a look here. I've got these division odds saved. I saved them on the 4th, June 4th, so it's only been a few days. But I do want to see if that Anthony Richardson news changed their value of division wins, or for it to being the division winner. So let's quickly compare the value at the moment. Division winner for the Colts on the 4th was plus 380. They were third favorites to win that division. Now, today, after the Anthony Richardson news, they are still plus 380. So, Vegas is telling us one of two things here. Is that A, they don't think that Anthony Richardson was going to be the starter anyway, or B, that he'll be fine and ready to go by week 1. Or the quarterback play doesn't even matter. They're both trash, and they go from there. But with Daniel Jones potentially being the starter here, I'm more inclined to bet the plus 380. With Anthony Richardson, there's no chance I play it. So we'll keep an eye out. Obviously, we don't know that Daniel Jones is going to be the starter or how long Anthony Richardson is going to be out, but we will track it. And if we are getting more and more word, we will strike and bet the Colts to win the division with Daniel Jones. All righty. Next up here, folks, we're back. We're back to the word business. And this is why business, it's a dirty, dirty game. Because we just talked about on the show last night, Derek Carr leaving $30 million on the table. Crazy. And what did the Saints turn around to do the very next day, the following day? They give away his number 4. Hey, Derek, thanks for saving the team $30 million. Now get out of here. Who wants 4? Open season on number 4. Now, obviously, Derek Carr's not like this great quarterback that deserves to have his jersey retired or, retired for a season or anything like that. But still, it just shows you that nothing matters. Nothing matters, okay? They could have been like, all right, 1 year, let's take it off the table. Maybe he wants to come back or, next season. And that's really what the Saints should have done. Hey, you're going to save us $30 million? We'll leave a spot on the roster next year. After this injury, if you're looking good, you can pass your physical. We'll come back out for a tryout. And if you're looking good up to our standards, we'll have you back on the roster, and then we can talk. Maybe get your 4 back. But no. Kool-Aid McKinstry said, hey, 4's up for grabs. It's mine. And the Saints were like, okay, sure. Just buy the rest of Derek Carr's 4 inventory, and it's all yours. Even though we just saved $30 million, buy the rest of his jersey so you can get number 4. Oh, Derek Carr, you fool. I'm sorry. You might have to sell that Rolls Royce back. All right, final thing. We'll close up here, folks. Final thing I want to close up on. This has been in my backlog for a little bit, so I just want to expedite it. But I want to go here. Quick little Dolphin talk to end the show for the night, or for the day. We're back at the night show. But we've got the Dolphins 2 years ago facing the Broncos. They put up 70 points. They were another score away from setting the overall record for most points put up in a single NFL game. And what did the Dolphins decide to do? Not go for it. And then Mike McDaniel, after the game, went up to the press conference and says, I didn't really think we needed it. Called karma. Hey, we're just here for the win. We're not here to run up the score. We're not here to set records. We're here just to get the win. I didn't like it at the time. And I still don't like it now. And really what I think it symbolized at that time and what we've seen thus force that game is that you were kind of setting the tone for pussy culture. Kind of a pussy move not to go for when you had all that time to break an NFL record because you wanted to save the feelings for the Broncos. Because you didn't want to blow out a team in professional sports at the highest level. Set a little bit of a pussy tone, in my opinion. And we've kind of seen this Dolphins team be a little bit of a pussy team. And I'm a fan of the Dolphins, folks. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be a fan of the pussy Fins. But, it's cold here. I can't play in the cold. Pussy culture. So, don't love that. Now, we are starting to kind of get a little bit of a culture change, which is good. We see him practicing out in the rain. But, Mike McDaniel, culture's on the line. Job's on the line. This is football. Come on now. All right. And then final Dolphins top topic to kind of round us out here. We'll dive into the comments. I know y'all are chomping at the bit to say he's not. But I just want to kind of, once again, I said last call for value.
For value.
We introduced that earlier this week. Last call for value, talking the Dolphins to win the division, plus 650. And it's going to be because of this man right here, folks. Tua Tagovailoa, great quarterback in this league. Everyone's got to debate. Everyone's got to say he's not even close to top 10, top 20. I've seen rankings where he's not even like top 15, folks. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre, some of the quarterbacks people put over Tua. But I just want to quickly go through the quarterbacks in the NFL. Tua is top 10. Can we name top 10 better quarterbacks than Tua? And I also want to see what the comments say here. And this is where we're going to close up on the day. Go ahead, get your jokes, your memes in. I get it. But quickly, who's better than Tua? Non-debatable, all this. Who's better than Tua? Who's top 10? So let's go through the quarterbacks here. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, top 10, better than Tua. He's top 10. Better than Tua, maybe. Top 10, yes. Tua, top 10, I'm going to put him, yes. So we got two quarterbacks in the top 10. We got the Jets, Justin Fields, no. Drake May for the Patriots, no. Lamar Jackson for the Ravens, yes, top 10. Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers, I'm going to leave him out right now, but we'll come back. Joe Burrow, top 10, yes. We're at 4 quarterbacks in the top 10. The Browns quarterback, all 4 of them. No, none of them. None of the 4 are in the top 10. You add all their positions up together, not top 10. We got the Texans with C.J. Stroud. You could probably put him borderline 10. Let's just say yes for the sake of argument right now. Shut up. Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones for the Colts. No, even though I like Daniel Jones. Trevor Lawrence for the Jags. Potentially, but no, nothing that we've seen. Titans, whoever they just drafted. Cam Ward, potentially not yet. We got the Chiefs. Yes, Patrick Mahomes, top 10. We're at 6. Justin Herbert, top 10. Yes, we got 7. We got Bo Nix. No, not going to put him top 10. Raiders, we've got, who's over there? Geno? No, not top 10. We got the Eagles. Yes. Jalen Hurts, top 10. Put him top 2. Bingo. We're at 8. We get Daniel Jones, top 10. Very good year last year. I'm going to pump the brakes on top 10 just for now. But, I mean, golly, NFC Championship game. I'm putting you right outside. I might even come back to you. Dak Prescott, top 10. No. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart, none top 10. Jameis could be, but he's got to start. We got Jared Goff, top 10. I'm going to give him a little respect and say yes here. I'm going to give him a little respect. We're at 9 top 10 quarterbacks so far. We got a couple of divisions left here. Hang on. We're running out of space. We got J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. Top 10. No. Jordan Love for the Packers. I'm going to say no here, folks. This narrative of if he's taking a step back seems like he's underperforming with all that great wide receiver core. I'm going to give him maybe top 13, but not top 10. We got the Bears. Caleb Williams. Not yet. We got the Bucs with Baker Mayfield. Dog of top 10. You could probably make an argument. I'm going to hold him off in the top 10 for now. We got the Falcons with MPJ. No. We got the Panthers with Bryce Young. We got the Saints with, I don't even want to say the name because he's trash. We got the Rams, Matthew Stafford. Yes, top 10. There it is. That's our 10. Seahawks with whoever they've got over there. Samuel Darnold. Another big buzzer there. We got the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. I'm going to say no. And Brock Purdy, shout out. But I'm also going to say not top 10. So there's our 10. We left Jaden Daniels out. Shout out. Put him at 11. We left, who else did we leave out? I leave CJ Stroud out? I think I put CJ Stroud in there. Big shout out. Yeah. So yes, Tua's top 10. I don't really think it's debatable. Let's see what people say on Twitter. Are they sharp? Are they not? Here we go, and then we'll close out here. Where's my Dolphins tab? Here we go. The replies, let's see. Is Tua a top 10 quarterback in the NFL currently? Yes or no? The comments. Pretty much every meaningful quarterback metric makes it clear that Tua is easily a top 10 quarterback. That's a top comment. That's not me saying it, folks. Takes by fans. Don't come at me. I leave my fin at the door. Peyton Moaning on Twitter says, who do you want on your team, Tua or Herbert? Tua beats Herbert. Tua, thank you. Thank you for proving our point. Tua is that dude. What you mean top 10? He's top 5, no cap. Folks, these are fans. Don't come at me. I agree when healthy, yeah. Stop with the healthy stipulation. I get it, but he's fine. Here we go. No, but I like him. Tua, cool guy. He was the most accurate quarterback in the league last season, though. Bink. Even when people say he's not top 10, they still got to give him credit. I'm just resting my case over here, folks. I don't know what you want from me. Whatever creative says, not white, so probably, not going to lie, despises Caucasians, except paying fans. Those are okay. Okay, so there's classic Twitter. This guy, nope, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Herbert, Hurts, Daniel, Stafford, Goff, Bo Nix. Bo Nix? Nah, you're putting Bo Nix? Nah. Jared Goff, I'm not going to argue on. Jaden Daniels, I think it's a little early. I mean, he did make it to the NFC Championship game, so I give him credit. NFC Championship game? Yes. Yeah. That Rams game, Rams-Eagles, was the semis, correct? Double check here. I mean, golly, this is, you just try to find an answer and then it's everything else. But I'm pretty sure it was Eagles. Golly. I mean, I'm just trying to find the answer quick and everyone's just jerking me around here. Golly. Yes. Thank you. I mean, it shouldn't have been that hard to find, but yes. Washington did make it to the Western Conference in basketball NFC Championship game. So shout out to Jaden. Not a lot of pushback on that, but I'm still taking Tua over him on the long haul. Not even top 16, not a chance. When he is healthy, yes, he is a top 10 quarterback. All I say is his stats don't lie. When healthy, 100%. Yes, when healthy. So people are still going to give him not his credit, but folks, this is the time when everybody's off of him. The time to buy is now. Still plus 650, so you're not losing value. So still get it while you can. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you listening. We're back at the night show today to dive into everything that needs to be dived into. We've got the Stanley Cup Finals game 2. We'll see if the Panthers can get it done. Edmonton's offense looked real great from third period on out. So we'll see how they do on game number 2 here. But we're back tomorrow for our show, our night show. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. And hope you have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Appreciate y'all.